It's the modern malaise, I would say. We live in a world where we're constantly, well, the Western world, I should say, but the East is increasingly infected by this as well, where everything is constant, where there isn't any time for pausing. Everything's about aspiration. Everything is about achievement. Everything is about moving forwards. In other words, everything is about trying to be somewhere else, and nothing is about being happy where you are. There is an inference that runs through almost all of society that where you are is not good enough. And mindlessness is perhaps a way of describing that, I would think. Obviously, autopilot is the way people cope with all these stresses and strains, or at least try to cope. And so you have a situation where people never rest. So people are, as we all know these days, people are walking along on their phones. It's not enough to walk along. People are on their phones on the train. It's not enough to look out of the window. And everyone, not everyone, but a lot of people are on autopilot a lot of the time, which would be fine, except that congruent to that, you have you have epidemics in depression, you have epidemics in stress, in premature deaths from heart attacks, and that stress, I think, is probably the biggest killer of our time. Although it's not on all the death certificates, it is the biggest contributory factor to so many other things. So mindlessness, I would say it's a 21st century disease, as it was a 20th century disease, and it is. It's essentially the culmination of capitalism, and people are being pushed down so much that they can't take it.